award our next Lifetime Achievement awardee, an industry veteran with over 25 years in investment management, a guiding force for long-term equity investing, a champion of high-quality, high-conviction portfolios, and an inspiration for investors across generations. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce our fourth awardee for the day, Mr. Bharat Shah.
Finally, we welcome a true philosopher of the markets, Mr. Bharat Shah, Executive Director at ASK Group. An IIM Calcutta alumnus and a veteran of 25 years, Bharat Ji is a man of profound conviction. His book of long-term value and wealth creation is often considered the Bible for value investors in India. He believes that the market is a weighing machine in the long run, and his career has been a testament to finding high-quality businesses and sticking with them through thick and thin.
So this is a small token of respect to Bharat sir, and I would request Mr. Avinash sir to please come on the stage. He has created wealth through your scheme all his life, and what could be better than that, sir? And I would also request our industry veteran Vikas ji to please also come up on.
Please give it up for our Lifetime Achievement awardee, Mr. Bharat Shah.
Can we have a standing ovation for him, please? So thank you so much, sir. Two words if you could share, sir, your valuable wisdom. I'll carry that.
Sure. First and foremost, thank you. Secondly, it is not 25 years, 37 years.
Apologies.
He said over
No
25.
worry. Thirdly, a lifetime achievement typically is supposed to send people into consignment, into retirement. I am nowhere near any stage of retirement.
It's a small token of respect, sir,
Thank
for
you.
your commitment that you created well for all of us.
No, thank you. Though I say it in half jest about the retirement or anything, but the key part in which I feel very deeply about, investment for me is not work. It is not even just the mode for building wealth or making money, which if you are even reasonably good at, then you'll become wealthy more than you can imagine, or probably more than you deserve. But is the end purpose of investing only to accumulate wealth and to become rich? Maybe for many, but in my opinion it is more a byproduct. Getting wealthy, becoming rich is a necessary outcome of reasonable investing, not necessarily even excellent investing, but a reasonable investing itself will make you wealthy beyond your imagination or your needs. So clearly, wealth is not the prime motivation. It is more an outcome. When I said no retirement or anything, investing per se is sadhana, and I treat it as meditative exercise. Meditative exercise or sadhana is something that you do every day, and you do it till you hang your shoes or you fall out of the world, but that meditation never goes away, and therefore it is very much part of what you have to be. Why do I believe investing leads to such kind of thoughts? If you think about it, even if it may sound as an overstatement, but investing truly is a very deeply reflective, very meditative exercise. And if I have to just point two similarities, not many, first and foremost, meditation teaches you detachment. It makes you remain focused, but yet remain detached from the underlying fruits or fascination of those fruits, which in case of investing is really that outcome that I talked about, the wealth and the money and the whatever else, or even recognition and the regard that you get. All these are still the byproducts, not the main objectives. But it is meditative mind which allows you to remain detached without hankering for or without clamoring for the outcomes. Investing is exactly like that. That you do it for the purity of it. You do it because it is important to do, and you don't do it simply because of the fruits that you will derive from that investing. Secondly, meditation teaches you to focus your mind, to make your thoughts be centered, to still your mind, still meaning to calm your mind, and to let your mind be not unduly swirled by all the noise that goes around. Because what is meditation if not shutting out external noise so that you amplify your inner voice, the voice that sits within at the core of your heart, what is called sanctum sanctorum, your dwelling place. That voice is what you want to amplify by shutting down the external noise. Investing is exactly that. It is basically art and science of listening to a good voice, whether it is from within or from outside, but shutting out all the noise, mainly from outside, also learning to subjugate your own inner noise. Therefore, subjugating both your inner and external noise, converting that into more of a symphony and amplifying that noise into a sublimated output. That exactly is what investing is all about. And therefore, investing is no different from meditative exercise. That you calm down your mind, you let your thoughts be centered, you let the noise be shut out, and finally, you enjoy the process of doing it itself without necessarily hankering for output. One last thing on the deep connect between investing and meditation. It is the ability to burn your ego, to remain focused on the task, remain judicious within, without carried away by arrogance, despite whatever achievements or whatever you may get. As I mentioned, good investing will make you incredibly wealthy, and therefore wealth is a commodity, it is a given outcome. Your ability to remain focused on constant burnishing of that core within is the most important task. In investing also, ego is the worst enemy that you can have. And as they say, if you have money and ego, after a while only the latter will remain. And therefore, ensuring that you remain on a right emotional maturity is a very, very vital part. Therefore, investing and meditation really are really two sides of the same coin, the same exercise, even if it may sound like an overstatement. 2, 3 final thoughts, and I'll close here. Then why do you do investing for? If the wealth, money, recognition, all of these are not really the prime objectives, then why do you really do the investing? I don't know what works for the others, but what works for me is something that I definitely would like to share. One, I think there is maybe a biased view of mine, but a very strong view. In my opinion, there is no other activity, no other economic activity or a pursuit that you carry out which gives you, exposes you to the learning of a kind that investing does. It teaches you psychology of the people, of various successful and otherwise individuals around. It teaches you about sciences, whether physics, chemistry, biology. It again may sound like an out of line thought, but ultimately, for example, in biology, one of the key principles, the Darwinian thinking teaches you to adapt. It is not the most intelligent species which survives, but it is the one which is the most adaptable one. One of the most fundamental principles of the evolution. Investing is exactly that. It teaches you to adapt, not necessarily have one fixed view about where the world is. Doesn't mean you don't have conviction. You have deep conviction, but those convictions constantly need to be tested and validated by facts as they are, rather than facts as you like them to be seen. And therefore, whether humanities, psychology, sciences, economics, even literature. Literature is one very vital area which calms down your mind. Whether spirituality, philosophy, of course finance and economics. There is no other field in my mind or what I have seen which exposes you to the learning of so many different areas and constantly keeps you at it. I would say for me, learning itself is a reward, the biggest reward. All other things, however large they are, they just happen to be incidental. Second, I think a sense of duty, a fiduciary responsibility, your dharma to be discharged to the others who trust you. In this world, even a spouse doesn't easily hand over a check to the other spouse. Therefore, when somebody wants you to be managing money, it is an ultimate ubrima fide contract, a contract of utmost faith. And ubrima fide contract needs to be discharged with its entire elegance, with a sense of purpose and with a sense of duty. It's a trusteeship responsibility that you have. And therefore that fiduciary duty needs to be discharged with a great amount of panache and with a great deal of commitment and intensity. Related aspect to that is, in an industry which is the biggest in the world, some $300 trillion of the financial markets, less than 1 million people all over the world run it. The largest activity and the industry in the world managed by just a handful of less than 1 million people. It is a specialized activity. Intellect is not the only thing or the most important thing that you need to manage money well. It is actually an outcome of many other things. And therefore it is a specialized activity, and which is why there are relatively limited number of people that do it. Therefore, if God has brought you to this society to do something and to achieve your purpose, each one is born with a certain purpose, and if your purpose in life is to be invested and to do it well, I think it becomes your dharma. Dharma, not in religious sense, is a duty to be discharged to the people who depend upon it. And I'll make one very important distinction. To me, the same trusteeship duty extends to your own money as to the other's money. I see no distinction between the two. Even to your own money, the same intensity, same commitment, same sense of purpose must pervade, because your money or wealth is not only yours. Family, society at large has a claim on it, and therefore it is your duty to do exactly in the same fiduciary way for your own money as you do it for others, because that is the larger duty cast upon you. Because when you allocate capital well, when you improve the prospects of the businesses to whom you allocate capital, therefore you raise the game for the society. And when you raise that game for the society, you're contributing to the purpose and duty that you have to discharge. Last point or two. I think we all have a duty in the world of investing to the others who come along and walk that journey. Therefore, people who walk along with you, people who come along with you, people who grow along with you, you have a duty to raise their bar, to raise their competence quotient, to raise their game. And it is not enough that they just happen to be successful. I think you have a duty to make them more complete investors and raise their game in totality. And I see that duty not in a sense of duty. I see it as a matter of innate joy. There are almost a dozen CIOs of the mutual fund industry and others who have at different stage. I had the benefit of working along with them, and I remain deeply proud about their success and their growth and their rise in the system and eventually contributing to the society. Finally, good investing really gives you two very vital contributions to you that you otherwise may not really relate to as easily when you think about it. One, investing, when it leads to wealth and money, it liberates you from doing something that you have to do rather than what you love to do. Wealth and the money that you make out of investing liberates you from the tyranny of something that you may not like to do, but you have to do to earn your spurs. It actually allows you to do what you love. And when every individual passionately is fulfilling what they love, that is the greatest contribution that the wealth which is created serves. And even a bigger gift that wealth gives is the gift of the time. The most precious gift that you can ever find. To have the time that you want, to have the time to be spent as you wish, and to allocate it as you desire to the people, to the context, to the situation, is the greatest sense of fulfillment that you can ever have. Some of you younger people probably may or may not see that virtue today. Hopefully, at some stage in future, you would appreciate how important is the gift of time. Thank you. I'm in the process of launching my own investment firm. I was with an organization where I was the founder and the partner for last 22 years. But I bid adieu to my firm, ASK, last year. Right now I have a non-compete agreement with the major shareholder of the firm, Blackstone of America. Once that non-compete is taken away, I'll be launching my own firm on the terms and in the way that I visualize quality, strong investing. I want to give it a shape and build a new firm. I have all the energy because I still work 16 hours a day, but I thought I'll just let all of you know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.